Well, hello everybody to FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, County Mayo here, and representing the Christy Nicholson Fancy Premier League pub team, Fancy Manager. It's I think the 7th episode. Yeah, 7th episode, and it's the 21st of September. And let's see what happened last week. Well, anyway, before we go on, we got a load of Carabao Cup games going on there. Man City and Wycombe and Norwich and Liverpool, the big highlight ones. And obviously tomorrow there's a big game going on in the Emirates, Arsenal versus AFC Wimbledon. And I am wearing the hat tonight to state that. Yes, I think Spurs are my second team now. No, I'm going to the game. It costs 10 quid. I had my email registered at AFC Wimbledon for years, going back to their Ryman days, 2006. I've been going to loads of games off and on. I remember this game very well, and Haraborough here in London. AFC Wimbledon, this is just off the track, but they had one of the longest unbeaten records since 2000 until 2003. They had 75 games unbeaten. So basically, I just a lot of good memories. Is it your wife's in there? Yeah, sorry about that. Living in a multi-occupancy house. But here you go. This is the story. Adebayo Akinfenwa. I can do the Akinfenwa bit. But this guy here, I've got a lot of memories of this guy playing for AFC Wimbledon. He left in 2016, and this is his last season. He's with Wycombe still, and he's a legend. He'll be going up against Man City. That's the team that City, and I'll just be fascinated to watch that. I think it's tonight. Yeah, I think the game is tonight. Actually, just highlighted it, and Norwich play Liverpool at home, and I've just watched this guy for years. I got fond memories of Denny Kedwell as well. So this is no flash in the pan stuff going on with me with AFC Wimbledon. Like, this article is 16 years old, and I've nearly been following AFC Wimbledon longer than Tottenham. Really, when I came to London in '99. I went to the Community Shield. I think that was a year United went down 2-1 to Arsenal, and I started living in London, and I found another club. But my first ever game in the Premier League was AFC Wimbledon at Sellers Park versus Middlesbrough. Brian Robson was manager. I'm not sure who was the manager of whether it was Bobby Gould or it was Kinnear. I'm not sure which one. Probably Owens, and some great Dennis Wise, and at that time, Ravanelli was playing for Middlesbrough along with that's Brazilian, begins with J. So I was 0-0 that day. So I'm going to go now. This is what I think this guy here on YouTube thinks the Arsenal team will be playing against AFC Wimbledon tomorrow night. Leno, Callum Chambers, Holding, Pablo Mari, Nuno Torres, Logonga, Partey in there instead, Pepe, Rowe, Martinelli, and Lacazette. So should be interesting. I don't really know the AFC Wimbledon team very well. I've not been this season, but I'll be going to more games, to be honest with you. These guys here now, Alex Woodyard. I do remember him a little bit. Will Nightingale. The team has really changed an awful lot. I think the last game was about 3 years ago. Let's get to the FPL. The internet very slow. Oh my god. So in the end, unfortunately, I went with Jimenez. I was looking at Pookie. and keeping enough money. So okay, what I did is I transferred in Antonio at 7.9 during my wild card and kept him in the team, and I played. I got my team sorted out, and then I got rid of Antonio from the team. I had the money, and I knew what I had to leave to get this guy in. Now both these were 7.9, so I was going to go and get rid of either or. Now there's a flag up for Bamford. No idea what's gone on there. Ankle, brilliant. Rafinha. So 2 injuries there to worry about now. But at least Gray and probably James will be probably playing every second game now at Chelsea. So I think going forward, I'll want to get Rudiger in here. In fact, whatever I can do, save up 2 transfers, because everyone now is going to go for earmark this game week 7 when Chelsea's fixtures just hit Southampton and Brentford and Norwich, and we've seen what they've done to Tottenham there the other day, just totally destroyed them with Kante. Newcastle, so you have to have 3 Chelsea players, and yeah, they're very hard to predict who's going to play for them. Is Ziyech going to play? Kovacic, Jorginho? Where's Pulisic going to fit in with all this? Lukaku and Werner will just be on the bench, and will Chilwell come back into that team for Alonso? Azpilicueta, will he carry on? He's probably himself and Rudiger are probably the most certain to start every game. I think Mendy didn't play the other game against Tottenham. Was Kepa Azpilicueta, right? Mouth memory that. So yeah, it's tricky enough anyway. It's going to be a pulsating match, that. So I have 2 of them, and I'll probably play both. James, I won't have Williams coming in. We're not sure about TAA. What's going on with this guy? What's the latest illness? It just could be anything. There was rumors of a COVID thing, but it's not COVID. It's probably just a normal flu and just feeling down. It can happen, highest athletes. Body's primed. So I wish I got Pookie in there. Why did I go for that Jimenez? He took off his head guard and he threw it there, and he was trying to header then at the end I think he is subconsciously blaming that head guard. He just can't hit anything. He had a golden chance to score there against Brentford. I've just lost all faith. I just don't think Wolves create enough in the final third. Listen, if you've got any Wolves in your team, you've got to be a bit scared now. You've got to be very worried. What sort of team are going to turn up? Is it Southampton away next year? They've got Southampton away. After what I saw with Newcastle there against Everton, seriously, very impressed. Newcastle hung on there. Was it? Trying to think who was it again? I did see that match. Newcastle and Leeds, wasn't it? I was very impressed with Newcastle hung on. Leeds couldn't take their chances in the first half. Again, there's something scares me about Leeds. They just haven't got that final pass. They're not clicking there in the final bit, and they're letting in goals. See, Leeds and Wolves, they're the 4 players that they're scaring me. So if you've got these guys, you're going to be trebly scared now. Will they start? I'm just happy enough I've got something on the bench. I've done my transfer. I've brought in Antonio, so for the next week. I did have enough money just to do the transfer. I got him in quick just in case he rose in price, because I was worried that people will be just switch 7.9. So I didn't have to worry, but I got him in anyway, and I got rid of him in it. I just not trusting that guy. I don't care what he does from now on. I don't care if he scores a hat-trick the whole lot. I just don't trust. Just seeing him throw away that head guard, it's just the whole thing's got in his head. I don't blame him. He's missing like 30 games of a Premier League season. He got that injury. was it against? I can't think who it was against now. Burnley. No, I'm not sure. Everton, I think it was. I think it was Everton. It doesn't matter. Just yeah. So West Ham and United, I think, play. I wonder who was it against? Walter fractured, replaced by Fabio Silva. Fractured his skull. Stretched off of the Emirates. Oh, okay, so he's playing Arsenal. Okay, it's just for my own. Yeah, just a bit scatty. A bit scatty today, all over the place. Waiting for tomorrow night. It'll be nice. Let's see. So that's to pick the team. So yeah, Antonio's back in there. Captain Wigan. So I think it's just Brentford are really, really tight. They're tight in defense, and I think they've got that first season syndrome where they do brilliant and they go against everybody and they can't wait to challenge themselves against the top, and they've still got that adrenaline, and now they've won their first game hammering the hell out of Wolves. Unbelievable performance away from home. It's shockingly good. And obviously the my guy Ivan Toney, I flagged him up an awful lot. Scored the other week and now scored 2. So that's has the Oracle says to keep faith, and he kept faith and he reaped the reward there in his team. I've done that sub, so I'm just going to. I've still got Duffy and Gray. I've got something on the bench that will come on, and I'll just let that go. I don't have any worries about Jota. There is concern that now that we're in the cup competitions, but like just let Origi play that and keep Jota in the for the Prem games. I'm not worried about that. I'm happy with having Sarr there. At least they kept one of my picks. He's gone up in price to 6.1. I think he's a great. I just looked at the fixtures, and I love Watford's fixtures. I'm not going to take any minus hits at all this season. I'm going to try and do the whole thing without a minus. I think every single point you have is crucial. No, I'll go with that and see the crack. And I got Lukaku in early. I've got rid of Cristiano Ronaldo because I wanted to have a bit of oomph there with Bamford and Jimenez and Antonio. If I had Cristiano there, I wouldn't have Bamford. I wouldn't have Lukaku. I'd probably have Pookie and or Sam Maximin, from Newcastle. You could have. I was looking at Ronaldo and Lukaku, but they would have decimated that midfield, and I would not feel comfortable. When you wildcard, I want to have. Can't put all my eggs in one basket in one player, so I'm just going. Look, Ronaldo looks like he's going to be top scorer the season the way he's going. 2 penalties denied against West Ham. Stonewallers is shocking what's going on there for him. He still scored 1. I think he scored 4 goals and 5 appearances for United. And I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have the minerals to drop Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo is just. I was here before. I was here, and I know the story. And I wouldn't. I mean, he's got that aura of United. He's just fitted straight in, and it's just down to whether Cristiano can can be fit for the rest of the season. I will be watching whether he's going to start tonight. I think they're playing. I can't find the BBC. Where is the BBC thing? Here it is. Yeah, is it? Oh, it's tomorrow night, the West Ham. So West Ham will have Antonio. Will they risk Antonio? See, that's the story. Everybody over here saying that the League Cup, the third trophy, which Man City have won for 4 years in a row, I think, and won it 5 times in 7 years or whatever it is. There's too many games, and they want to get rid of that League Cup. And it's going to be very interesting. I want to see who's going to field a proper team for that match, because the two of them played the other day. As we know, United is Lingard getting the 2-1 at the end, and the missed penalty by Noble, and it's got that will say an awful lot to me about this cup. I just don't think that they want to. I think United will probably have enough. They've got a lot of class players on the bench there. They can just come. Lingard will start that probably again. Maybe Van de Beek will start, and West Ham will just have to be careful. That I don't think their squad is as big as it could be, but they might start with Vlasic. I don't know. Antonio will probably get a run out. I hope not. I don't want him injured. So what's going on in the Christy Nicholson pub here in Ballyhaunis? The Top Dog Leagues, which is the Christy Nicholson and the King of the Travellers, and we have a third trophy, which is the Kirk Clapp Memorial Cup, which goes to the fourth place dude. Yeah, that'd be interesting if we had the tie for fourth place there. How would I be able to differentiate who would you give the trophy to? Well, for me, it would be the person that scores the most points in the last game week. Or I wonder, could it be? No, I think that's fair enough. I was thinking about who made the most transfers, who made the least transfers would come over the fourth. That would be something we'll discuss in the WhatsApp group that we have. If there's a tie in any positions, how will we? I would err towards whoever scored the most points in the last game week. I like that, but some people would say, I think the way they differentiate it in the Premier League fantasy is the transfers. I think if you've made the least transfers, so I'd probably have to leave it with that. But I would prefer. I think it would be cool if you did it that way. Anyway, so Starman is top, 380. The long dog Kieran Kiley's come back a lot from last week. He done his wild card. We'll go through some more of the guys' teams. The face man Shane Healy here. It's quite tight though. 380, 12 points to fourth, fifth. About 19 points to sixth. There's a little bit of a gap. So, okay, so 20 points is 20 points. It's really difficult to get back 20 points against any of these dudes, any of these guys. It's just like you need to start pulling out teeth really in your head to earn yourself points. That's how fucking difficult it is to get these points. Any point, every point is absolutely crucial. The 7 points that Morgan will try to get back and join in, it will feel like as if it's look at the scores. It's only like bits and pieces between them. It can take you a month nearly to get past somebody who's 10 points ahead of you. Everybody's on the ball here. Mark Phillips now is back in the races. Look, I think a good striking zone, 22 points. What is it? Nothing really. And he's still got his wild card and everything to play. So he has an advantage over a lot of the above anyway. Joey's played his wild card played so Joey's in a nice sort of dark horse position, and is playing very, very cute this season. Cards close to the chest, and there's a determination that I haven't seen. There's no naivety now anymore with Mark. This is his third season now, tussling with myself, and he came into it kind of green, and now he's absolutely phenomenal. Like the endeavor and the enthusiasm for FPL, and now that's been tempered by a granite spear of cold obsidian stone, and that's Mark's face when it comes to the day before the deadline. There is absolutely no. It's a poker face, mate. Poker face. That's our oracle. So I support him in that, and the guys. Listen, look. Joey Nealon didn't say anything until he won the bloody thing. He said, "I'll come at the end if I win it. And that's the promise. And he did, and he held it. I think that's what Mark will probably do this season to see if it works. Stephen Kearney's doing very well, 74 points, phenomenal. He's hanging in there. I think he's shown a lot of gumption and effort and endeavor as well. Jerry Freely hanging about. He's doing very well, especially in the King of the Travellers. We'll go to that in a minute. Han Solo Fitz has dropped a touch. Again, let's I'm going to go into these teams a bit more. Snowman dropped a touch. Silver Mines, Daza Duffy, Orla Connolly, Sniper Sean Gilday, 3-3-1 for Sniper. And at that stage, you're looking at 49 points down, which is, it could take you a couple of months to get that back. There's a lot of horses to pass, as they say, at this stage, and it gets more difficult and difficult. All of us, going down to myself here in 23rd, and the Guru Killer, well, 24 points to 56. I'm not intimidated by that lead at the moment. I'm not happy to be 54 points down after 5 game weeks, of course, but if we keep it as tight as long as you can, and who knows, it's a long season. But I don't think many of these guys will take their eye off the ball. Dave McNamara, who won the Kirk Clap last year, I have his trophy at the house in Clare Road. If anybody can remind him to pop to the door and collect it. I could go down further. I won't spend too much time, but the guys are trying to. The hitman is took out Antonio and Son. He's already played his wild card. He's got Ronaldo and Gray. So I suppose Son for me is, I'm not touching Spurs, mate. Sorry, I am a Spurs fan. I won't have any. Like, Kane looks totally disinterested. Listen, I do blame him, because he's still taking the money. He's still playing. You just have to get your head straight. And so I don't blame him for moping about and just I coming back into midfield all the time, and there's nobody up there, and it's look, he can do what he likes, to be honest with you. I'm just sick of the whole of them. I'm going to concentrate on AFC Wimbledon for a while. I like the lower leagues. It's more blood, guts, and thunder. So Starman. Greenwood. Fernandez is still sticking with Fernandez. I don't think Starman has played his wildcard yet. Yeah, I'd like to focus on the top guy anyway. Give them a bit of heat. Yeah, so we have to change the view. So he's played no chips, no nothing. What's his story? A great rank, 36,000 2 years ago. He scrambled. That was a great scramble. The 642,000. He was like 2 million for loads of parts of that season. He's amazing scrambling to get in the end to get to that score. But yeah, I think Ado is going to do something this year. It looks. He's well primed, but let's have a look. Bamford, Elan, he'll come back on. Antonio, Pickford was injured. Foster came on. That was a surprise. I thought the other dude would play. Greenwood didn't fire. Most people that don't have Greenwood have Jota. They're okay, fair enough. He's got a wild card and he can change all that and get all his Chelsea and sort it all out in a minute. So he's in a terrific position there. Ado. The long dog came back with a plum. Again, I like it. Jota, Greenwood. I love Duffy there. Rudiger, whoa, that's what bumped him up a lot there. Diaz, of course. Cody got booked as well and conceded the goals. So Maxima really good. Didn't make any subs, so he had same Maxima previously. Ronaldo, Lukaku, that's a great number. Yeah, that's serious. That's good hurling. That's a lovely team. I'm not sure about the bench. It's not so versatile. But all these guys you think would start nearly every game. The only issue would be these two, Greenwood and Jota. But Long Dog's going nowhere. He's staying put. Like he's going to go nowhere slow. He's going to be up there at the top now for a long time. He's got a terrific team. He looks like he's really on the ball there. Benrahma, great call. Shane was pretty upset. He saw Torres didn't start. He didn't like TA starting. We'll feel a few points left behind by Ronaldo. He had to cover in the double goalkeeper. I thought Backman would start, but Foster came in, so that was clever. Bassoon was always so a little bit frustrated. The -4, okay, 60. That's still a great score. I don't think Shane has played the wild card either. I would love to operate on the premise that he hasn't. So I'm just going to say he hasn't played the wild card. I don't remember he has. He's finally got rid of Digne. Martial, we all got Martial thinking that in the first half against Brentford, he was shooting from like 30 yards. It was fireworks. But the Wolves are just total 11 headless chickens flinging around the pitch. Absolutely don't know where they're going. This guy, what's it called? Adama Traore, somebody's got to point him in the right direction and he runs straight lines. I don't know, mate. I just don't know. It's like a rugby player with no finesse or finish. He'll score a worldie every now and again. Anyone who's got Wolves, they are panicking. At least it's not too bad. He'll probably play, but I'm not so sure. I think the Semedo would be the better bet at the end of the day. But I'll just keep him myself. I have him myself. Benrahma, great stuff. I think there's nothing wrong with him, although he's a very low shot in the box ratio. He's scoring goals. He's getting a chance and he's scoring. He's putting it away. I think his conversion rate must be up to about 75%. I think he scored about 4 or 5 goals, with probably 4 goals in the Premier League already. Who needs Lingard, really? So I think he's turning into be nearly a must now. I'll keep an eye on him, so I will. That's definitely keep an eye on him for a replacement for Jota if he's keeps getting dropped. So Torres, you run the risk of the Pep roulette there. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just, it is what it is. Now, a lot of people are getting back Antonio, so it's up to, he's got a two-man strike force. This dude won't play Olafemi, so he's kind of. I prefer the three strikers. I think I prefer the 3, but he's gone 5-2, and you definitely want to make it. Probably, I don't know why he's going to have to kind of make a decision on that. Torres will play, and he'll be the false number 9 loads of times. Just whatever you do, don't get in Sterling. My God, Sterling is, and Mahrez. Wow, absolutely. I think they just don't appreciate not starting, and they're getting sick of it now. And if they don't win the title this season, Man City, a lot of them players are just going to get fed up. I'm telling you, I just don't think they're going to win anything without a proper striker. It was Harry Kane or bust, and they didn't get Harry Kane. And Spurs and Man City have lost out because of it. We didn't get the money. They didn't get the striker they needed. Nobody wins apart from Liverpool or Chelsea, because Spurs will do nothing with Kane in it, and City now will do nothing with Kane in it. So that's why I think the only way, so is it going to be Liverpool or Chelsea? to win the title. And it's the brilliant teams. The two of them are absolutely phenomenal. So I'd be loading up on. I'd be taking 6 players from them teams together, brothers. Stephen Stretford Nolan, our resident United expert, and of course he's got the Ronaldo. Look, I'd love to have Ronaldo. I had him originally, but I want to have 3 kind of Lukaku and Bamford. The game should be getting easier for Bamford, although now he's got an ankle. He has an ankle issue always. Rafinha, so we'll be both sweating on him. Semedo and Jimenez. Just look, I don't care now. If I wasn't getting Antonio and I get Ivan Toney back, I think he's 6.3 now. So, wow, I would definitely guess. Definitely in a 3. Toney because of the penalties thing. Lukaku and Ronaldo if you can. I like the three strikers there, and you can get your 2 premium midfielders. Cancelo will not let him down. Ramsdale, great call there. Brilliant call. Benrahma. So Williams came in, done it. Bissouma, of course, you'll be only getting light points from the bench there if one of your main guys are out. Look, I think I still think Wolves. I don't think anything about Wolves. I have no faith in them whatsoever. After what I saw against Brentford, the Leeds to me look like a 60-minute team. But Wolves are no more than a 40-minute team. Now, seriously, this is the trend now. Everybody, the Wolves and the Leeds, they're putting everything in the first half, and then they have nothing in the second half. They can't even get to the races. And that's what Tottenham did. Tottenham just couldn't get good 60 minutes, man. That was it. Well, no, Kante changed the match, everybody knows. So last year's winner, Jonine and the Commando, as we call him, 79th in the world last season. Joey is the master of the obvious, but he is obviously good. And what I mean by that, he makes the right call. The obvious call is sometimes, look, it's obvious, all these players. Williams, I had in because I knew he would be leaving United and he'd be going in somewhere, but that's Livermento. That's Livermento. You have to do it in the accent, don't you? You can't do it in English, Irish accent or whatever. Livermento. I wanted him, but I couldn't get the 0.1 to keep him, so I had to keep Williams. So I'm envious of that. Shaw, of course, you can change him to Rudiger very soon. Joey's played the wild card, so I don't think he's going to get off Ronaldo. He's a Liverpool fan. You keep Salah, Jota. Elan is obviously a good guy to have on the bench. You'll have TAA and Antonio back. Traore, I think that was a risk. That was a risk. I'd rather have Sa any day of the week. Absolutely. There's a bit of mess in there. What did he do? He got rid of Calvert-Lewin for Bamford, so now Bamford's injured. But I think Calvert-Lewin is a great guy to have, and he's going to score goals. So it's just that what happened to him. I think he's been playing with a broken toe, well, a fractured toe anyway, and he went off with a sort of a back hip sort of strain as well. So I suppose you would be doing that if you're trying to nurse your foot on one side. You're going to get pain somewhere else. That compensates. Morgan, the eye test, White's going to come good, and I think Ramsdale will as well. I think they're the 2 you want from Arsenal if you have them already, and there's a price reduction on White as well. I think I like White. I think he will come into it. Defo. He's just needs to, he had Duncan, he had Duffy, and he had these guys. It takes time to adapt. He's got Gabriel now, and at Arsenal, it should be. Simicast, well, that was a great call from Andy from Let's Talk FPL. He had him starting. So fair dues. You got the booking, but wow, that was interesting. Really interesting call. He has his context. Tony, great call. Obviously, the Oracle will go down. Had Tony. Tony could have scored 2 more. He had 2 disallowed at Brentford. So I think Brentford, I don't think they have a run. No, I don't think they have a run. I think it's a bit of a mixed bag with Brentford. So it's I think they have a few very tough games coming up. Yeah, I'm convinced of it. I am convinced. Yeah, Liverpool at home. Also, there's two split games. West Ham away. Chelsea at home. Leicester, not so difficult now, but they will score away, Leicester. Burnley, never easy. And Norwich. So it does get easier. It's only the next few weeks. Ivan Toney is anything he does in the next 4 game weeks will be a bonus. If he does anything, then you should be laughing after that. So yeah, good stuff. Lions. Lukaku's absolutely, he should have scored against Tottenham. I was kind of hoping at the end, believe it or not, a 4-0. I missed out on Lukaku. And yeah, just carry on with Morgan's team. Pogba, okay, he had about 7 assists. It's never been done before. A record amount of assists in the first. Is he a 7 or 8? I can't remember how many. It was a load. So he's got. Will Pogba keep that form up? I don't think so. Of course. Greenwood. Okay, will he start games? Is it his turn to get a rest? We don't know. Souček, not been on it as he was last season. He didn't get the penalty. He could have took that penalty at the end against United, definitely. But I think it was Rice that had the ball in his hand, so Rice would have took it. But Souček could take that. So I'm not so sure about Souček really, but he'll have these 2 to come on. Antonio, I think it's very interesting. On its day, Morgan's an Arsenal fan, so he's got a bit of Arsenal in there. He's reliant on. It's got no Fernandez. Okay, Salah. Got no Ronaldo. So where's the premium? I suppose you're going to say Lukaku's premium, Salah's premium, but there's no one else in this team you would say premium. If you don't have, you can fit 3 premiums in there somewhere. So where's the money? If he hasn't played his wild card, he could tighten that team up and get another premium in I would like I don't know. He's got Antonio in there. Tony, Lukaku will sort him out. I think it's just something lacking in that midfield. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my. It's just something in that midfield that kind of puts me. TAA, okay, he'll come on. Everyone's got him. Cresswell will never let anyone down. But yeah, I think he can start squeezing some Chelsea. If I was Morgan, I don't want to give any bad advice or whatever. If you've got 2 transfers, probably, I don't know. Do you need 3 United? We're going to have difficult games coming up now. Definitely, I tried to sneak in another Chelsea defender in there, and play it your way, play your strategy, and keep to your vision. Now, this is the Oracle, of course. Now, the thing about the Oracle, he hasn't played his wild card, so I think I know what he's been doing here. He's been trying to sneak. He played a 5-4-1 against me in the knot. Well, that's what he played. He had only 1 up front, Tony. He decided to keep Antonio. So he's going to come back into the team for probably Gilmore. Mount, I don't know what's going on with Mount. He's not doing this, or he had a chance. I think it was Havertz that had most of the chance against Spurs, but still Mount is, I think he's taking corners as well. It's just not really been on fire. He will, but it's a question of when. Joshua, fair enough. There's no Rafinha. So any of my leads, that's what got me over the line in the not really against them that night. He got me back a lot with Tony, but either Leeds is your cup of tea or it's not. And for me, I don't care. I still like Leeds. They're attacking. I just think if they click, if they can just get back to what they were doing click wise. Did I mention the name Click? Maybe this guy should play more for Leeds. But that Rodrigo for Leeds is a total waste of time, Gary. He's absolutely a fool. I was going to say Harrison, not really been extraordinary. So yeah, Oracle's got still keeping. This is what I feel about the Oracle. He's got away with it. He knew loads of us are on Ronaldo and Lukaku, and he's rolled it and he's won. We've scored virtually nothing. He's not missing out on the Ronaldo. Fernandes didn't do much. He had a great chance. He should have scored in the second half, I know, but still he will score. He's not just a one-trick pony with penalties. And I think Oracle got his ploy was to get away this week and next week and to get into the Chelsea fixtures and then get all. The only catch for that is that obviously Lukaku and Ronaldo, they could go up a 0.1. They've already gone up 0.1, but they could go up to 0.2. You just don't know. So you lose a little bit of money, but I think he's rolled the dice and he's got away and he'll have a wild card now. I think we have another international break coming up, probably. I hope not. Probably in October. So maybe he's thinking that's a good time to play it after it. You can play the wild card at the game week leading into the international break, but I would prefer to use it the game week after the international break because it's too random the game week after an international break because you don't know the state and the fitness and did they get home safely, did their wife have an argument, is there a problem when the like we saw with Argentina and Brazil the other day with the COVID quarantine and stuff that we had with Lo Celso and the Argentinian dude. So yeah, this is I think he's got away with it. He's rolled the dice and he's got a wild card and he's in a great position, not too far off the pace. 22 points is it's okay. Scarlett won't get much, but okay, Gilmore is a regular. Williams will play, but nothing too sexy on the bench. I don't think he needs to get much Chelsea in now because the City coming in up next. Of course, I wouldn't get much Chelsea in, but definitely the game week after. I'm saving my transfers until I can get a couple there and get load up on Chelsea. Stephen Kearney, have a good look at this guy. He's got his Brentford guy in Janssen, so fair enough. Alana seems to be pretty popular. It's absolutely devastating with these three in the bench. Look at that bench. Dennis has come on and done something. I think he scored as well, didn't he? He scored the first one against the Canaries, Norwich. Ben Ram again is absolutely, that Ben Ram is probably the difference why most of these guys were up here and not me. Even if I went on him, and I would have been. Still think Ben Ram is a differential, even if you get him now. Loads of people are off him. They're either on Rafinha or the other dude, Jota. And then there's Greenwood. And see, Ben Ram seems to be the forgotten man here. So I don't think West Ham's fixtures are as bad as you think they could be. Okay, Leeds away. That should be very exciting. Brentford at home for West Ham. Everton away. I'm not impressed with Everton at all. Burnley went to Everton in the first half, just could have blown them away, and then they got those goals. And West Ham Spurs. So I'm not too worried about West Ham and their fixtures. I don't know why people are. So I'm glad he hasn't got off Antonio. That's really clever, and I'm delighted that I had enough and I was able to have it either I plotted my wild card to get Antonio back, and I think that's a good thing because he could turn out to be a differential if people just can't fit him in after getting in either Ronaldo or Lukaku or whoever. Jerry Freely. Yeah, it's a bit random. Okay, Pookie and Tillemans, Gundogan, so still there on a stay. Tsimikas did well. White on the bench. I like White. I think he is the guy to have. White and Benrahma for me, if I was thinking. Veltman, of course, is getting game time. Benrahma's good. It's not bad. It's interesting enough. I see nobody here has got Sarr, so that's good for me. Han Solo, Aidan Fitzmaurice, third last year, second 2 years ago. Brownell. Okay, Shaw. So that's going to be a Chelsea defender soon. As United fixtures get tough. Keep him. Ayling is. He looks more attacking than he does defensive, really. He looks more likely to score a goal than keep a clean sheet. So fair enough. Fair enough. I just want the guy that keeps the clean sheet and scores a goal, which I like TA for, or Robinson of 2 years ago. Rafinha, fair enough. Greenwood he can, like playing with Ronaldo, like Greenwood could really mop up in some of these games. Love Salah there. He's kept with the Fernandes. So I don't think Fitzy's played his wild card yet. I don't think so. I'm operating on that premise. So eventually he'd be thinking of, look, that's got Antonio to come in. Brilliant. That means Brown will come out. He might give Jimenez another chance away to Southampton. I like have Southampton after blowing out City and Wolves, and Wolves think they're going to get something down there in St. Mary's, and so that's going to give Southampton a lot of confidence. I know. Listen, he's going to probably score 3 goals now in 3 consecutive games. Like I'm nothing bad against him. He couldn't score against Brentford. He threw away his hat, and not in temper, but in absolute exasperation. Like, so, look, good luck to him. But I'm happy he's gone. I don't have him anymore. I've got Antonio. Let's have a look at this. Tony for Bamford. So Fitzy will be disgusted now because Tony just does it now. He's got in Bamford. So maybe I think in the long term that will probably be a good call with the Bamford. Anyway, Tsimikas. Okay, he thinks the days of Tsimikas is over now, but we were too early on that one. We were the days are not numbered for Tsimikas. Name seems like he could be a good guy to have on the bench. Big friendly giant, Dermot popping down a bit now. He's falling down a bit in the table. Okay, Fernandes is gone for against West Ham. Well, I suppose fair enough, but Dallas is just so last year now, isn't it? Every time I'm looking at Dallas, that's like Vardy is only being kept now for the Premier League. He's playing very little European games. He's being spared. Okay, Antonio will be back. TA is going to be back in again. He's only a short illness. Shaw can be a Chelsea player soon. Maniclo, interesting. 4 million. Nothing wrong with 4 million, boys. At Tsimikas, fair play. I think he probably came on for TAA. One or the other anyway. Either him or him. Manico or Salah. Torres is going to be disappointing. There's a bit of surgery work to be done there. I think if he has his wild card, we all know what everyone's going to be doing in game week 7 with the Chelsea crack going on. And Snowman will probably, this is the last one we'll take, top 12. Nothing wrong with Sanchez. Tsimikas, I think, is the guy you should probably play and then sub him out if he doesn't play. It doesn't seem to me that he will be subbed on as a cameo player. So I think Klopp likes him. I'm not sure. Is he from Greece? I don't know. I think he's from Greece. Ailing, okay. Yeah, as I explained before, Gilmore, Rafinha, Barnes. They were saying Barnes, who was saying it? I think Andy from Leicester's game, Andy from Let's Talk FPL was saying that Leicester's games up to game week 16 are brilliant after the next 2 or 3 games. So Barnes is definitely a guy to keep an eye on and watch because he's only 6.3, I think. So there is hope for Barnes, but if I have him, I wouldn't want him. I never really considered him, only at the beginning of my draft, first draft I did. So there's a bit of a Barnes trap there. Torres, again, what can you do? It's the Pep Roulette, Ronaldo and Lukaku. This is why I wanted to go with the 3, because if either one of them blow out, there's a lot of money just there. It's a lot, 11.6 and 12.6. I just decided in the end, I probably regret, I don't know. We just have to make our choices and just keep to our path. And I just had to get rid of Ronaldo, and I'm going to try a different way. Oh, yes. Yeah, Donald O'Brien, what's he doing? O'Regan was doing well. Look, they've lost to Palace 3-0. They lost to Chelsea 3-0. You just cannot have Spurs defenders whatsoever. Basum, okay. I think Basum is a sub player that comes on. He must have came on for one of these. TA. So yeah, Pogba's done nothing wrong. Sure, he could keep carrying on getting assists. Gray, love Gray. I think he's either a great guy to come off the bench for you, or to even just play with. And I love Duffy as well. And Christiansen is the Chelsea bit you want, but for Rudiger. So if he hasn't played his wild card, or if he has, I would definitely listen. Maybe Lukaku will blow out for 10 games. I don't know, but I doubt it after seeing him play against Spurs and watching them recently. He's just full of goals. So I think that's all we can carry on. It's a bit long, but thank you if you're holding out, still watching this. So the big news with the King of the Travelers was I took out the Oracle here. So look, what can you do? I played the wild card, and it's just unlucky, Oracle comes against somebody that plays the wild card. Somebody had to maybe the Leeds guys, just there was a lot to peg back in the end. Sarah really done it for me though, as you can see. He absolutely went. I think his third goal was a dispute whether he was offside, but it was just I think a simple tap in that he got the second one. So, and Rafinha, like, he scored from out on the right about 35 yards away. It went just straight in. It was a curl and cross, and it's just gone straight in the keeper's right hand post. So I think definitely, and also the fact that Jimenez and Martial blown out, like, I kind of got away with it this week. I think I've been quite lucky to get that score, considering what I just said, and so it's just a bit unlucky. So what's going on? So Snowman's lost to the average, so that's €5 in the Boyle Sports jar, please. Christy, you know the rules, you know the score, boy. I think you're the one that mentioned it, so I'm pulling you up on that. I think Crean as well has got a fiver to put in. He's got a fiver in the Boyle Sports jar. Let me have a look at where this guy Crean, the average. James Crean, your buddy, the Boyle Sports boys. Both of them, you have a fiver in the jar, and that will go towards pints at the end of the season. So this is the currents. I'll have a look who's been moving to the average as well. Don't worry, we'll why not? It'd be a good bit of crack, to do that. Joey Fahey's done well. He's beaten Andy Cunyon, myself, and the Oracle. Oh, Oracle was given a bit of you know what I mean? I am the big I am there. So look, not saying anymore. Stephen Kearney's done well. He's took out Dazza Duffy. Han Solo Fitzmaurice lose out the long dog there. Jason Coyne takes out John Kelly. Owen Collins is starting to get a bit of form in this. Took out the Hitman. Owen Rowe wins. Starman wins. Starman's well in this. He's up at the top of the table. Stephen Nolan just took out by he's the scalper. He's a Kevin Guru Killer Kilbride, as he's known, but he takes out massive scalps, mate. Absolutely, he's a you know what I mean, a proper Apache. He really is. He is brutal on a head-to-head. This guy, he's a golfer, and he's a massive match player. He just wants to go down the 18th with his victim and absolutely destroy him on the green. And then in the 19th hole, he's absolutely best pals with everybody. Oh yeah, brilliant. But on the 18th hole coming down the last, mate, you do not want to be against the Guru Killer, which is also, there's got to be a scalp in that name somewhere. That's a big scalp. That's an awful big scalp to beat Stephen Strett. Yeah, Stephen Strett. Sorry, Stephen Stretford. That's because he was up there with 3 wins out of 4. So it makes all the difference because there's only like 26 players in it this year. So you're not going to be playing everyone twice like in previous years. And last but not least, Jerry, who was leading the King of the Travellers since that was a big defeat there. Conor Hussey from Castlereagh taking him out there. Good footballer. Let's have a look at Conor's team. He got a 79, like 79. So he took a -4. Oh yeah, he's got White in there. Duffy, love Duffy, could do anything. He's got my man Sarr and Tony. And I've told everybody about these two at the start. I had Tony myself. Didn't have the faith, and I got rid of him after the 3rd game week. I in some way, I won't go back to him now. But I like Gray as well. That frees up a lot of money. Antonio to come back. He could play with a 3. I would not be having Sarr on the bench ever. Watford's games are too good. I probably would have Gray as a first sub there and throw on these 3. It just depends on your choice. Say if Tony's up against a tough team, then you could, I suppose are they playing each other at all? Coming up, Brentford and Everton. No, it's Brentford, Liverpool, West. Well, there you go. Look, anything he does in the next 4 games is going to be a bonus, and then Everton. But yeah, I love the fact he's got Gray. I'd love to. Seriously, Gray will score an on goal. He's not going to score every game. He's not CR7 or anything, but he's a very clinical striker at the minute. He's very, very playing in a massively advanced role. At Everton, he seems to be ghosting into the 6-yard box all the time, looking for those crosses on the left or the right. I think Demarai Gray is absolutely one of those finds of the season. Is he like a Lundstrom at the minute? Well, not like the typical Sheffield defender, sort of inverted wing backs, but he plays more advanced. But love this guy. Rafinha again will be sweating on his fitness, and the same with. And something's happened to Pickford. No idea. Shoulder, so he's got a sore shoulder. So we'll get back to let's say those. Yeah, so the stand-ins here. This I'm gonna go for this anyway. I'll do the best to bloody win this. 12. So who's on maximum? Starman, Long Dog, Stephen Kearney, Jerry Freely, myself, and Guru Killer. We're all on not maximum, but we're 4-1. So yeah, Face Man will be looking to do stretch. Everybody down here, Oracle, they all want to win this thing, 26, not bad. So that's really all got to say. Sorry, but it's a long one this time. I suppose we got some scores at the minute. What the hell's been going on here? Ireland women, where there's Northern Irish women here, 0-0. Where the hell are the Irish? Where the Republic of Ireland? That's I suppose our men's senior team are probably at the stage where they might win a few games if they played with the women. Disguised themselves in a couple of weeks. Probably wouldn't win that either. Wow. Okay, so Brentford. I bet couldn't be Tony again. Couldn't be. No way. In Bromo or somebody, I would say. In Bromo, what have you been playing? Foss. Oh, Foss penalty, right? So Tony's not playing. So the team Foss with Jensen's playing. So that to me that looks like they've Brentford have had about 8 or 9 changes there. Well, definitely 7 anyway. 7 changes there to that team. They're just 2-0. Wow. Fulham, City. Okay, I might go in and tune into that. Liverpool are already winning. Okay, Rangers are beating Everton. There was something mortally wrong with Everton. I don't think that Benitez Everton is. That's not a good fit. God, a former Liverpool manager. How are Everton's stomaching it? Oh, John Kelly down on Ireland must be absolutely. I don't know how. Absolutely. Not saying anymore. Sheffield doing Saints. See all these teams. Let's have a look at the Saints here. I know absolutely. I'd say the total 10 changes. Oh yes, is that into Stevens? Irish. Well, I'll tell you one thing. We want a few Sheffield players from Ireland playing for us. So only the Stevens playing for. Yeah, Norwood is playing there. That's Burke is in there. McBurney, Basham. Yeah, it's quite a strong team. Dinepo, Redmond. This is Southampton. Yeah, Southampton have changed that. Romello, that's Romeo, Romeo, whatever how Oriol Romeo. He never plays anything. So that team is just totally taking the mick. They're all taking the mick. All the major clubs are taking the mick. If they're going to take the mick, there's no point having it. This, all it's going to end up is every year City are going to win it. Come on, Wickham. So the Bruins seems to be playing. The Bruins seems to be playing a lot of cup games. He's not playing so much in the league. Never heard of this. Lavia. Foden's in there. There's a chance Foden should be in that team. I know Grealish is in there, but I think the two of them are quite similar. Foden was doing what Grealish has been doing, and Grealish is doing what Foden was doing last year. It's like a like for like guy. I would still have Grealish over Foden because he's not getting it. But I think there's room in that City team for more creativity. The two of them can play in there, alternate maybe. There's your Torres. Sterling played the last day. That terrible 0-0. They should have lost that 1-0. The penalty was a penalty. Callum Walker, although I don't think it was a sending off, should have been just a penalty. So Sterling, if he doesn't score tonight and Mahrez and they don't do the business, they may not have a future at Man City the way they're going. They're absolutely fools. Look, it's only Wickham, but the Sterling played the whole and Mahrez did blanked. So Pep is gone with the same ignoramus is more or less. It's a total changed backline and a goalkeeper. look, that's a brilliant 5 anyway. I don't know about the rest. So I think Wickham have a chance. Like, Akinfenwa, this guy is an absolute lion. Like, where's the picture of Akinfenwa there? Oh, I haven't got him. This guy is called the Beast. Wimbledon, keep on running. Match report. Okay, have I lost? There he is. This guy is a beast. And he's up against these poor City. They can get bullied. Stefan's is not done nothing wrong, so he got a good career and go. Oh, Wickham have just gone 1-0 up. Akinfenwa, I bet you, mate. Oh no, Hanlon. So that's a bit Irish. Oh, I'm Jimmy O'Hanlon. No, I'm from County Cork. No, that's the Kerry accent. Actually, I've done there. That's Kerry. Hanlon's up with Akinfenwa. Akinfenwa. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Look at that for an attacking. Are you joking me against City? I'm getting off this and I'm going to watch that match. I'm going to get a stream. I won't show you the screen, but that's about all we have. Look, this is my synopsis for the next game week. Just to put some pointers. Of course, I don't want too many Chelsea or City players that game. It could end up a 0-0. I think Chelsea probably keep it clean, so that's a 0-0. United against Villa. It's a great fixture for United now. They can nearly concentrate on West Ham and just go second gear with Villa. All they have to do is get past Martinez, who is, I think, their best player. Although Matty Cash has scored now the other day and he's absolutely pumping. So look, it's not easy, but I think United can have they have the depth there. And Ronaldo will probably want to play all the games. Everton and Norwich, well, that's to me that's a chance for Norwich, really. If you got Pookie, I'd have him. I just don't think Everton are great guns. I think Benitez he just knows one or two styles of management. He's making Everton into a Newcastle when he had them, very defensive. And this last season, Steve Bruce finished with 2 more extra points and more goals than Benitez did in the season. Everybody was loud when he came. I think 14th. Well, I think they eventually ended 14th in the end under Steve Bruce. But listen. If you got Demarai Gray, you can go in with Everton. Calvert-Lewin, will he be back for that? I don't know. This is the game of the day. I know there's Arsenal Spurs, but I'm really interested. I'll have 2 leads for that, and I'll have one. What probably don't think of any West Ham in my team, but look, anytime Leeds play, you're just absolutely mouth open and what are they going to do next? How are they going to? I'm serious. I said I'm telling you I like AFC Wimbledon. I'll go to the games now. I'm going to start going to a lot more games. But I think Leeds are definitely up there. Leeds, United, Spurs, Wimbledon are all in my heart a bit. I like Leeds. I really do. Great club, great fans, great city. I've been to Leeds myself. I went up there for the Tour de France. What was it called again? The Haymarket or the Bush? Bush. Oh, what's the name of that road again? Was it the Haymarket? Hedge? I'm not going to go into it. I just remember that long road. It's a great city. It's a brilliant city. And actually, a lot of the architecture, it did remind me of some of the way that Limerick, some of those roads are set up, those long, big sort of Jordan, massive houses up like 3. Look, here and there, feck it. Leicester and Burnley. Look, I don't know what to expect. Burnley can do that 1-0. Leicester can do that 1-0. It's Burnley seem to go on a run where they lose a lot, and then they go on a run where they win a lot. So they'll be earmarking that. Look, I won't relish Burnley, Leicester playing Burnley anyway. They'll be set up right for that. Just depends, is that Solanchu or whatever that guy at the back is called from Finland, whether he gets his arse into gear and he just cop on. And Schmeichel needs to keep a few sheets or a few clean sheets. Nothing going on. So Sarr against Newcastle. I love that fixture. That look, I think Watford could bully Newcastle, but then Newcastle have got a bit of. They're hoping to have Wilson back soon. They have a few injuries, so I think Newcastle can get better. Look, I wouldn't captain Sarr, but I'm definitely happy I have him for this run. Brentford and Liverpool. Look, I don't think that's a gimme for Salah or any of them. They're not going to turn up there and roll Brentford down for 5-0. I think I might change my captain from Salah this week just for a differential. I don't know. Would I put him on Lukaku? No, I won't put Lukaku on for against City, of course. I might have nowhere to go. Arsenal, Spurs. Arsenal will need no incentive. They'll be well prepared, as I said. If this is the sort of team Arsenal are going to put out now tomorrow night, apart from Maitland-Niles will be there, Partey will probably play against Spurs. Emile Rowe will probably play against, although Odegaard will probably play in that position. He's on fire and he's scoring goals from free kicks. Probably in that, I was going to say Anelka. Aubameyang will probably go in there. Pepe there. Who they have up front? Maybe keep it like I don't know. But yeah, I think Arsenal will be well primed for that game against Spurs, and I cannot see how Spurs are going to do. I don't know where they're going to go. I just totally disenfranchised. I'm not down or depressed about what Spurs are doing. I'm laughing half the time, like, to be honest with you. It's up to them to cop on and give the fans something to bloody have hope about, because Nuno is on a sticky wicket the way he's going. That he's absolutely put into the shade with his tactics. And the moment the second half began at Tottenham, Nuno was it was like a different Chelsea. It was all Chelsea. The changes, the tactics was like Nuno was on a chariot, a Roman chariot, and Tuchel's in a Ferrari. Like that was the difference for me there. There's a bad smell hanging around the club now with the Kane affair and all that. And Son now did he get rushed back? I don't think he had the fitness probably. I think he was rushed back, Son. He definitely done well in the first half, but the whole lot of them died in the second half. There's absolutely. And Dele Alli I'm not talking about him anymore. I can't. He got a lot of abuse after the game, and lots of the bloggers I watch on YouTube, and most of them just want him out of the club. They don't care how. I still think there's something about Dele. I think the only thing you can do with Dele is throw him up front, tell him to stay there, and he might. He's just no business whatsoever in midfield, because he'll lose the ball. He tries flicks and tricks and for him, putting the ball through a fellow pro's legs is more important than actually being a team player. I think that's the psychology. He's on the PlayStation, he's on Fortnite. He's watching all the tricks and he's trying to imitate he's basically a computer player who's copying the computer games and trying to do that on the pitch. And the whole premise of Jimmy Greaves, I want to say before I go, God bless Jimmy Greaves, and what a legend. Saints and Greaves, I grew up watching him. Died at 81 there. I think it wasn't I think they're on the Sun. I think we heard either we heard on Saturday. I think we heard on Saturday he died, and on Sunday they had a great tribute there of Spurs and Chelsea, and fair play to Chelsea. He's a Chelsea legend there as well. I'm not sure how many goals he scored, 41 goals or something like that for both Chelsea and Spurs in so many games. So yeah, so going back to so that's a proper tribute. God bless him. God bless him. Jimmy Greaves always said it's a funny old game, but he also said is to keep it simple. The best players in the world kept everything simple, and you just see Dele Alli, and everything seems to be impossible. Just to pass the ball 5 yards is just so hard to do, and trying all these flicks and tricks, and it's not the. Look, I think the only hope for Dele is he's up as a number 9. Just leave him there, forget it, and ask Kane to just go in midfield and just play in behind Dele. And listen, I think Brian Gill, who's come in, he must be. He's just like a little boy that's been thrown in, piping hot bath water, and he just looks like he's just totally doesn't know why he's walked into. But good luck to him anyway. He's young. He might. It's for this. I don't know who you. I think I would just probably have to keep it on Salah. Just looking at looking for me. I think most people are just going to keep everything on Salah for as long as they can. No, I'm not going to risk anything there with the Leeds in case they don't start. I think Antonio is probably the only guy. Or would I risk? I would risk Sarr against Newcastle. Why not? So I've got a decision to make. Leeds look like they're going to concede loads of goals. Antonio's back. We have to wait for the team news for tomorrow night. And if he's not playing in that, then he's definitely going to play. I think they should play Antonio against United tomorrow night. To be honest, he's not had a game in nearly 2 weeks. So, but he played that cup game, didn't he? He played the cup game, I think. He played in Europe, didn't he? He played over in Zagreb. So it's only a week, so it'd be only 10 days. So I don't know, 7, whatever. How long is it? Last week, 4. No, he only played last Thursday. So by the time this game comes around, yeah, sure, it's about nearly a week, less than 5 days. So yeah, I suppose Liverpool turning up at Brentford. I think if you got Salah, you just got to stick with them. I might, my captain Sarr. That'd be very bold of me. Okay, that's enough. What's the latest over here in the City? You got the goal back. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, who scored for Liverpool? What's the Minamino? Of course, yeah, sure. This is the crack, isn't it? Oh, a lineup, and it's all. This is not the way it should be. If Norwich even put our first team out there, no, they haven't. Ida now plays, but he comes on as a sub a lot. He's the Irish guy. Gilmore, yeah, fair enough. Oh, Bia de Beleli. No, I think they've kept no Pookie. The subs. Pookie's there. Williams is a starter. I think most of these are starters. Oh, Kelleher, yeah. He's Irish, isn't he? So he won't get a look in now with the keeper we have at the minute. Bradley, Konate. Okay, Simicast won't be playing now on the weekend. Jones, it's good, not bad too. Yeah. There you go. That's a very good change. Yeah, that Curtis Jones is in there. Oxy's good. Keita scored the worldie the other day. Don't know much about Gordon. So there you go. That's a decent team. And the boys on the bench with it. So Salah given the night off along with Mane. So they're happy enough. Jota is on, yeah, Robertson is, yeah. Okay. Oh, that you're joking me. That goal, I thought there was a goal there for Man City. I thought that was 1-1. Yeah, it was. Of course, De Bruyne and Foden. So I think these two should be playing together. They're absolutely, they how many assists have they done? So I'll leave it at that, boys. I don't know how I'm allowed to have such a long Zoom, but there you go, folks. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I can say or do. God bless, good night, and thanks for if you're watching till the end, and best of luck, whatever you do. Guru out.